We ain't making no mistakes. We focused today. Yeah, we're gonna touch on some light topics. I'm back in here. It's your boy Mariah. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get a better introduction for myself, but we back in here. It's your boy Mariah. And today we got a serious topic. I've been seeing this little situation that been going on with the two kids at college where the other kid stabbed one of them, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the little boy died, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It's messed up. And it just had me thinking about some things. So over the last couple of days, I didn't try to come up with a little topic about, a little couple talking points on it, just to give my little 2 cents on things, because I truly feel some things. Like I said, we're gonna get better with these episodes and how introduction, the introduction and how I come in with it. Plus, I'm going up to see the homie and shit, do some traveling and shit, get ready to sit down with him and talk. He got a lot of game, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the stuff that I talk about and the points that I come from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, the points that I speak about and shit, it come from some of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? It be the life lessons that I learned with them. You know what I'm saying? And some of the things that we did. Let me try to bring up my talking points on real quick. Yeah, I just want to make them bigger real quick. Hold on. Let me see. I wish I had, like, if I was on my damn Apple computer, I could zoom. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how the fuck you zoom on a Mac. Cause I don't have. No, I don't. It's okay. I'll put it up there like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I could do this. Hold on. Oh, we got distracted. Yeah, we got distracted. We need to do things. Okay. Yeah, 'cause I just might need my points right there so I could, you know what I'm saying, stick to it. In case I get, you know what I'm saying, thrown off. Yeah, but back to what I was saying. So, yeah, these are homies that I learned a lot of valuable lessons from and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, the game that I be giving, this is where I got it from. So I'm gonna sit down with him tomorrow, and we're gonna chop it up. We got a couple great topics that we're gonna do. It might be a little different because I'm gonna be doing it without sitting at home at the computer. So like I said, I'm gonna keep doing this shit until whatever comes together. I'm respecting things, and a lot of shit's changed in my life differently, because of the way that I've been learning to respect other space. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what today's topic is. Respecting other space and the key to preventing emotional distress. Like real situations. You know what I'm saying? I truly feel you can't tell somebody how to respond to what you do to them. You know what I'm saying? You can't do some shit to a person. You can't do some shit to a person and try to tell them how to respond to the situation. You know what I'm saying? To the shit that you've done to them or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't. A lot of people don't understand that. You see all these different road rage incidences, where guys jump out and, smacking on people's windows and all that, and then they get shot, and, you be like, oh, damn, it was sad. Like, nah, it was sad that he jumped out the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, true enough, I'm guilty of that same thing. I have those same angers. I done jumped out the car on people and all that shit, and I done have people lie, call police on me, and say that I had a gun and all type of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I understand that anger. You know what I'm saying? I understand where you come from. You know what I'm saying? When you get that way, when somebody gets you that way. But in all reality, what I told myself was, like a lot of things that happen to me are life lessons. Like me, the situation that I had was a guy was driving slow as heck. I was trying to get past him, and we was on a one-way street at the time, was coming out the neighborhood. So when we got the neighborhood, we hit a two-way street. I blew past him, you know what I'm saying, and jumped in front of him and, proceeded to go on down the road. Well, obviously he got mad by how I blew past him as if, like, how they be, like, slow down and all that shit. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? You drive your car. You know what I'm saying? Like respecting other space. Drive your car. But he start flashing his brights at me and shit. You know what I'm saying? On some tough guy shit. You know what it was. You feel me? So yeah, I jumped out the car. Aggressive as hell. And I'm like, you got the right one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I said. I ain't do no extra shit, pull out no gun. I don't even ride around with my gun and none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's no point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll beat you up if it came to it. We could box. So I ain't got to pull out no gun and all that extra shit, you know? But I ain't thinking nothing of it. I got back in my car, pulled off, you know what I'm saying? Because he ain't want no smoke. And went on and proceeded to get something to eat. The guy called the police and said I pulled a gun out on him. I don't know this until I'm fucking leaving Wendy's. I see him trying to get to me like a bat out of hell. And then he pulls up on me all silly and shit. And you know, his approach was, hey, can you tell me about the stuff that happened on 10th Street? I'm like, no. I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why I gotta explain to you what happened with a dude with some road rage? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? But nonetheless, I'm just saying, you can't tell people how to deal with or how to respond to the way you fuck with them. Like, because you know, in my situation, you flashing your bright lights at me on some extra shit, and because I get out my car and you with your bitch, you flashing me on some tough guy shit, excuse me, you with your woman and flashing your brights at me, talking whatever you talking. When I get out the car, like, hey, you got the right one, but you know, when I give you the attention you seeking, you call the police. Because what you feel like I was supposed to sit there and take it? I was supposed to sit there and let you keep flashing your bright lights at me? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you can't tell somebody how to respond to the way you fuck with them. If that is the case, then sir, don't fuck with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Leave people alone. You can't, you know, it's unfortunate in that little situation between those two dudes that the dude died, and I see all these motherfucking excuse me, I know my language be bad, but I see all these different narratives from people. You know, white, black, or this or that, or he stabbed him in the heart. He stabbed him there. Man, listen to me. When you hearing the narrative of people that ain't in a situation, that ain't fighting, that ain't going through it, they not in it. They not feeling the moment of whatever it is. They not thinking, you know, you getting beat up or the fear. Like, dude might have, you put a cat in a corner, it's gonna scratch. It's not gonna just round one time and then try to take off. Like, it might it might do whatever, you know. A dude that got a gun legally, he might not shoot you, but you keep walking up on him, he gonna pop your ass. He gonna, I told you back up, I told him to back up, you know. Like, so you feel me? Like, somebody, it's different. Let me turn this mic down some, because I know sometimes it be getting hot. Yeah, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell somebody how to respond to how you fucking with them, or how you're bothering them, or how you're disturbing them. You know what I'm saying? That is major. You know, you gotta respect the boundaries. You gotta respect the, I don't know this dude. I don't know. You don't know what somebody done been through. You don't know what somebody else's trauma is. You don't know if you invoking some type of response that they done went through something in the past, dog. We have to have empathy for the understanding of things that we don't know. You don't know what this person done went through. People so caught up nowadays in the race thing, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, nobody pays attention to just the simple thing of minding your business, the equality of everybody, not just you and your family or you and yours. It's minding your business. It's keeping your nose out of things that don't pertain to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, you can have an opinion, but keep it to yourself, because when it comes out your mouth, the repercussions and the things that come behind you giving your opinion to somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, these are real things, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in an era of today with this internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, shit, I'm 41. Growing up, we didn't have the internet. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have all these things to be able to, talk about drama with partners and homeboys, or, glorify these fake stories, or whatever it is, what I'm saying? We didn't have this, what I'm saying? It was people out doing things. And nowadays, you don't have people socializing and doing things. You don't have people going out to the movies or hanging out in the, we used to do, like I say, back in our day, we had theme parks that we used to go hang out with, like Day 5 Alive, where everybody in the city be there. We'd be at skating rings. We used to play the skating rings. You know what I'm saying? We used to do a whole lot of stuff. And today they don't have that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have many friends online, you ain't, they really don't have no social life outside of that. You know what I'm saying? They partners is people that they don't really know other than a gamer tag. You know what I'm saying? That's all they know of these people, so I'm saying at the end of the day, many of us don't understand boundaries because they don't have nobody, setting examples for boundaries because there ain't nobody around them. There ain't nobody around them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that we have to become consciously aware of. We have to be consciously aware of boundaries. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, how bothering someone, whether through solicited advice, you know what I'm saying, constant and question of pressure, you know what I'm saying? It can, it can exacerbate they struggles, they emotional struggles, you know what I'm saying? The shit that they done been through, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand how somebody else is dealing with something, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, mental awareness, people aren't aware of, they aren't aware of. Everybody ain't gonna walk around crying because they feeling sad, man. It is some that are gonna show that emotion that they're sad. But it's a lot of people that deal with things in certain ways others may not be able to understand. You may not be able to understand them, like how they able to, damn, like, boy, it's fucked up. I heard about, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then in those instances of when you start fucking with somebody or messing with somebody, not knowing what they done been through and things, man, you got to recognize when to back the fuck up. You got to recognize these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to hold ourselves accountable for, here's a real story. I got a cousin that's doing a life sentence. He used to be in the streets real tough and, real crazy and things. And, we wasn't on the stuff that he was on. He was out here, taking people's stuff, robbing people, doing all type of aggressive stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, those that know me know of my cousin that was treacherous. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know of him. His name he was like Omar from the Wah. You know what I'm saying? That's who he was. And them boys were shooting at him all the time, you know what I'm saying, and doing all type of stuff. But they finally caught him one day. And they did him bad, man. You know what I'm saying? And he jumped out a 2-story window, naked, and survived, and the family was, sitting talking to him. I remember sitting talking. They was, people wanted to do something and all this and all that. They didn't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They were talking like they did. But anyways, that's off topic. But, they was acting like they want to do something. And I promise you, my cousin found God for a minute. He started going to church and everything real heavy after that too. But I heard him tell them, and it's just, see, sometimes we don't understand when somebody say something to us and it stains us forever in our mind. It's because it makes so much sense. Like, I swear I probably was about 16, 17 when this happened to him, so I'm 41 and I still remember it like it was yesterday. He was standing there in this little yellow button down shirt with his little, tie on, because I had never seen my cousin like this. Maybe that's why the memory sticks her. But he said, it's not their fault. He don't want no retaliation. He don't want to get back. He just want to be done. He said, because if he'd have never went messing with them people, they would have never did him like that. He said, if I was never taking their stuff and robbing them and doing them like this, then I wouldn't have had to deal with that, bro. They wouldn't have tried to kill me. Take me out. They wouldn't have tried to do that to me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, it makes so much sense, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If, in my situation, people that know me, when my cousin folded and all the stuff that we went through and I'm looking at all that damn time and shit, we on the news and all this, I was hurt. And throughout that time, I started to understand something. It's not the dude's fault that told on you. I'm being real. I know a lot of people may not understand me on this, but it's not the dude that told on you. It's not his fault. It's your fault for choosing to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to recognize that person showed you the faulty signs, regardless if you recognize them or not. They showed you the signs of faultiness in their character throughout some point of time in that friendship before that moment of them telling on you. Like, it may have been talking to a girlfriend, a ex-girlfriend, or it could have been, like, damn, bro, what was that? Like, nah, my dog was tripping, whatever the situation was. Man, that was my partner. You feel me? Like, whatever the case may have been, the sign was shown and you made an excuse for it and continue to deal with that person. Life is about choice. You chose to deal with that person, so at the end of the day, sometimes we have to accept the fact that you can't tell somebody how to respond to the things that you do. That's either good or bad. That's the people that get jealous of you, the homies and everything, or more directly, if you go fucking with somebody. I know I'm trying to change my language and censor, but I gotta stress the seriousness of it. When you yourself, damn, this is my pops. God damn it. What up, daddy? I'm in here shooting this episode, man. Let me hit you back as soon as I get done. I'm about 17 minutes in, but I'm stressing some things real quick. Let me hit you back. Why, you good? What's up? Yeah, I am. I swear to him to hit you right back as soon as I get through this episode. I'm live, so you're going to see us on my stream. I'm going to hit you right back. Thought it was an emergency, big dog. All right, daddy. Yeah, man, that's my pops. You know what I'm saying? Checking out. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I'm saying, you can't, I got to stress the importance of when you go, mess with somebody. I live by a crazy analogy. You can ask my baby. I'm always telling her, you know what I'm saying? What people don't understand is when you with your family and y'all at the zoo, you don't jump over that fence. You don't jump over that fence and fuck with mess with those tigers or those pandas or those gorillas. What happened when we see these videos of people that stick their arm in the cages of these animals and all that, playing with them? They come over, snatch your ass up in it, come get your ass off of being hurt. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's something that we don't do. How come it's not the same when it comes to respecting somebody's space? How can we, the videos of grown adults walking up on these kids for walking in the neighborhood? Why you got to walk up on them? Why you can't watch them from a distance? And it don't matter what he's doing. You just, if long as they not coming in your direction, then it's good. But why do we, as a full grown adult, a human being, why don't we understand the boundaries, and why are we following these kids? Why are we following these kids? And we clearly see that these kids is on phones recording us and stuff. Why are we doing this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the point? And it goes to, like, it comes so close to that point that I'm trying to stress to you, that you can't tell somebody how to then deal with the way that you fucking with them, man. You can't. You can't. You can't. You cannot tell somebody how to respond to the things that you've done. You have to understand keeping that space. You know what I'm saying? A consent in communication. You know what I'm saying? Emphasize, just, I'm trying to find a good way, like the points of just keeping keeping awareness, dog. Like, for real, we live in a time today to where people are truly consumed with themselves. We live in a time today where, a lot of people be on the roads and they try to drive everybody's car. Or you be in your vehicle thinking you the only car on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to have an awareness nowadays of that person that we see trying to get up through there. We don't know that's not a person trying to make it to their son's practice or trying to get to the hospital with their relative or their loved ones or whatever. We don't know what that person got going on, but we trying to slow that person down, slow down or whatever. You don't know, and that if that is the case, what do you think is going to be the response? It's going to be road rage because they're in a rush already. They're already frustrated or whatever it is, and then here you come. But I mean, it is also the other way too of the person frustrated. You have to be aware that you coming through all aggressive and things, and some people ain't as stressed as you are, and they like, here, slow down. What are you doing? So my stance on that is we have to have some type of awareness of on both ends, you as the frustrated when coming through traffic and the person that is on the other end of the traffic that is not frustrated but just like, hey, slow down. We have to be aware that you can't tell somebody how to respond when you're dealing with them. So how about you give some space? How about you respect the space, the boundaries? How about that? How about that be something that we do? How about you just move out the way, move to the side? You know what I'm saying? Or, how about you chill out, calm down? Because ain't nobody got nothing to do with what you going through. And we all might be going through our own situation. We understand you might be trying to get up through traffic, but brother, everybody might be jammed up in traffic. Whatever the cases may be. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand support without pressure. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect boundaries, man. Like that's all I can stress. You know what I'm saying? If you respect boundaries, you prevent tragedies from happening. You know what I'm saying? You prevent situations like these two kids out here. Y'all gross as adults spinning these narratives, constantly making things black and white. But when guys like me talk about it's an agenda, y'all say we conspiracy theorists. When Candace Owen and Ian Carlson and Ian Curl and Tucker Carlson, when all these people come together and start trying to unify and speak, y'all call them conspiracy theorists and all this shit. Like, it's real. Otherwise, why is every situation turned into something black and white? How is it not just two kids getting into an argument and one kid getting stabbed? Why is it always a black and white? Why is it always these narratives? I'm not trying to take away from no fact of neither one of the situations. I'm just saying, bro, all it was two kids, bro. And then the area that they in, it wasn't even like that. How are we taking that prejudice and trying to drop it off in this goddamn town? And it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. It was just a disagreement amongst two dudes. And, I guess little buddy wasn't cut like that. He pulled out a blade. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, some people play for keeps. Some people play for keeps. You can't tell somebody how to deal when you go fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? In today's society, it's gentle parenting. Parents aren't telling their kids, don't you go over there messing with people. You leave them alone. You got these people creating these narratives that these kids is tough. Just think about some of this shit. The little boy that took the AR-16 or whatever it was, the AR-15 all the way from another state to shoot them people when it was in there protesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, where was the parents at? You know what I'm saying? Like, minding their business. You know what I'm saying? Like, respect the boundary. You got, I'm just saying, it is what it is. It starts in the home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to teach your kids and teach your family that. You know what I'm saying? Like, today's day, you know, now in today's times, it's I'm gonna tell your mom. That's how it is. I grew up, it was don't make me tell your dad. Don't make me tell your dad. You know, the man was I can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the real reality. When I grew up, it was don't make me tell your dad. And nowadays it's don't make me tell your mom. You know what I'm saying? The dudes are soft. You know what I'm saying? They ain't about shit. An aggressive man to today's society is an abuser, or you abusive with your kids, and you know these kids grow up soft. You know what I'm saying? They grow up very disrespectful as fuck, but you was abusive. Like, nah, motherfuckers don't know what abuse was. You know what I'm saying? Like having a woman come in there putting her hands on you every time your father walk out the door, that's abuse. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck's going on. You sitting there playing with toys. Your father walk out the door, you getting snatched up and beat on. Like, now these kids don't know about abuse, bruh. But you telling them to sit your goddamn ass down is abuse today. You know what I'm saying? You smacking one of them upside the back of their head because the teacher then called saying, hey, your son did this today, or your daughter did this today, and you didn't pop one they monkey ass upside the head, and now they thinking you don't love them. It's abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what today's times is. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me it's not an agenda. You can't tell me that it's not the people that create, the powers that be, the people that estimate, the people that guesstimate. You can't tell me that this was not thought about. You can't tell me that it's just a coincidence that men went from being big like my grandfather and John Coffey and LeBron's and all this shit to being these feminine dudes, these soft dudes wanting to wear man bags or whatever they call purses. I don't care what you want call. Like, you can't make it up. Like, nah, bro. But when you, man, we wear backpacks. You could put the same shit in a backpack that you could put in that little clutch or whatever the fuck these dudes be calling it. You know, it don't make no sense, bro. Like, no, it should be some points where we draw the line on things. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting your son an easy bake oven. What you getting your son an easy bake? Get him some Ninja Turtles, some G.I. Joes or something. What you getting him an easy bake oven? Like, but like I said, that's another topic one day, you know, that we could talk about. But today it's more so respecting boundaries, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell somebody how to deal with when you mess with them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to, you know, just stress that. I had to come in and give my 2 cents on that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we all as people should understand boundaries. Maybe we all as people should understand mind your business. Okay? Ain't that what they say on Wild and Out, little buddy? You know what I'm saying? Hudson, mind your business. You know, maybe we should understand that better. Staying in our lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, not trying to put that cape on and flying the motherfucking streets, bothering other people or jumping in situations that have nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe it don't escalate to that. You don't know what somebody else has been through. You don't know how somebody else is feeling. You know, you don't know if his kid was abused or beat on and that's why he carried a knife. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if whatever it was, whatever the situation may be, you don't know. I'm saying everything in life could be avoided if you have awareness of simple things like you don't know what that guy's going through. It's unfortunate that sometimes things happen and we don't find out that somebody was actually stressed out. People don't care. Narratives get created and, you know, people start to form an opinion. You know, image is perspective, but perspective is reality. That's why they got mug shots and all that shit for you at, you know, making the boy look the way he look, all rough, instead of the school picture and things. You know, like, it is what it is. You know, they making it seem like it was you know how the media does it, bro. But also remember, somebody showed y'all who owns all these networks. You know what I'm saying? It's one common group of people that own all these networks that we be on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't I see it. I know it. I went to college. I understand it. I don't fight it because I can't. What I try to do is avoid it. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what it is. So I have the awareness that I don't know what little buddy been through. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what. When I'm in traffic and I see some crazy shit, first thing I'll say is, now what the fuck is this motherfucker? What is this motherfucker doing? You know, like what the fuck is it? Because I don't know. You know, I'm very observant and very considerate now because of the things that I done been through in my past. And, you know, like some of the family members that I have that try to reach out to me and see me on these podcasts that I'm doing now, you know, whatever small views that I get, I'm going to keep doing it. But some of these people view these and they try to reach out to me and want to open up doors. Like, I got to where I'm at because I closed those doors. Why would I open them back up? I understand boundaries. I understand that everybody's not going to think the way that I think. The situations that I had, some of them were so traumatic, people don't understand. They don't understand the shit that they took me through. They don't understand the things that they put me through. And they don't see me when I'm in these situations of people not having their boundaries and how I respond to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? Like they don't understand how it changed me. How in some situations I may go 0 to 100 real quick. You know, they don't understand all these years of why. When my every thought was to put a roof over heads or to provide for people, because I did things. You know, a lot of people have an opinion of me that I survived off this or I survived off that or I survived off this. Like I wasn't nothing to no equation. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it is what it is. And that's why they where they at today, and that's why I'm where I'm at, you know, because I know no matter what God got me, he knows my intentions. He knows the way that I'm trying to live my life and what I'm trying to do, which is why I have the blessings that I have today, bro. Like, you know, it's real shit. Everybody needs to have that. Everybody needs to have that awareness that we don't know. We don't know, bro. I just, you know what I'm saying? Leave it at that. We don't know. We should have some awareness to understand, have some compassion, have some empathy for the next person, just on the simple fact that ain't nobody got to give you no motherfucking context for you to stay out my face. I ain't got to give you no context of how I don't want to be fucked with or how I don't want to be bothered. I ain't got to give you no context on that. If it's just that simple. You don't know. So I'm saying whatever you may be feeling or whatever somebody may be going through, it is what it is, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Sometimes unfortunate shit happens when we don't respect that, you know. So I'm not gonna go on no more. I think I'm at my 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And I can't wait to go kick it with my homie because y'all gonna see a lot of the, like, he was sensei to a lot of us. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this nigga excuse my language, a lot of this brother rubbed off on me and shit in so many ways and shit. Because, you know, dude's a hell of a person in my eyes. You know, like, if it wasn't for the situation that, you know, we all went through, we both would have been somebody different in somebody's life, you know. And I used to put this in a rap, you know, if I never met this dude, I know I wouldn't have evolved mentally the way that I did, and that's real shit. Like the the way that he challenged me. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit, he challenged me. But the way he challenged me is what and my guy it's goddamn shit make it seem like my teeth is yellow, but they not. My shit is you know what I'm saying? You gotta get it look clearer. Shit, you feel me? It ain't like that. I gotta do something about that. I don't know if it's just this screen or what it is. My shit don't look like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I might need to go get. I don't. You know I vape. Well, I smoke, but it ain't. I don't drink coffee or nothing either. I be looking, but that's off topic, anyways. But yeah, man, I'm just saying. You feel me? Just he's somebody that influenced me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do this episode with him tomorrow, and just bear with us. You know what I'm saying? Whoever follow me, fuck with me. Just bear with us, cause I'm going to kick it with the homie, and that was today's episode. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with the name Long Winded because I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? But when I say that, I'm not sure yet. But for now, that's what we rocking with. Your boy Mariah. I'm out, man. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for watching.